So we made some changes to the gearing setup yesterday, and in one way it has had the desired effect. It seems to be getting started in lower wind speeds. It's only about 10 miles an hour today, but the wind's just started coming from a cleaner direction, if that makes sense. Between the trees there. So in one sense it has worked. I don't think it's set up quite correctly, so it may need to come down to have the drive shaft moved forward about 5 mils, so the chain's at a slightly different angle. But it hasn't yet got over 13 volts, because what's happening now is that each one revolution of the blade assembly, the motor is only moving approximately half a turn. So it is physically easier to spin the blades round, so it is starting up better, but it does need to, the blades need to be going very fast for it to hit over the 13 volts, and I don't think it's going that fast enough at the minute, but we shall go have a look at the meter very shortly. You can hear a clunking sound, which I believe is because the chain's on a bit too loose. It is quite hard at the time when it's sort of on the top of the tower sideways to actually work out what is the best position for the setup. Try and get a good angle. There you can see the chain's a bit loose, and it gives you a good idea of how slowly the motor is actually spinning. The gearing setup before was going from a 28 to a 20, so that's a 1.4 overdrive ratio, I'd call it, and now it's going from a 12 to a 20. So you can see there, that's a close-up. On the right is the gear sprocket, which was the 28 tooth one I was talking about, and underneath the chain is the 12 tooth one. See the wobble in the chain there? The thing that's spinning round on the right hand side, the bit of square tube, sorry, is that even a thing, square tube? That was there to stabilise the sprocket, but I didn't end up using it in the end. So at the moment I'm not sure this mode is going to yield anything, and ultimately the best option might be to put a 20 tooth sprocket on the drive shaft and then just run that straight to the other sprocket, which we shall get on there, which is also 20 tooth. So that might be a good way of going, is trying a 1-to-1 ratio. I just wanted to show you this, because this was the drive shaft off that Smart Drive wind turbine that I made, and that is how I need to do it. I need to put the gear sprocket on one of these collars, and firstly, when you weld it together, it helps you get it nice and straight if it's got a collar on. Secondly, we've got this to keep it in there nice and solid. So that's the idea. I need to make some gears for the electric bike wind turbine, which look like this. So that's the plan. That is the plan. If we get any nice wind, I'll make a video, and if it hits over the 13 volts, I'll let you know. Literally having to go very fast to put anything in. But yeah, there isn't much wind. It may change, but it looks like I need to order those parts, make the new gearing, and then get it set up somewhere in the middle. So we'll try with a 1-to-1 ratio, because that seems to be the easiest thing to do.